Hello everybody and welcome back to Survival Chances Slim, our maximum difficulty Oxygen not included let's play. This is probably the least convenient time for me to stream for everybody because I think pretty much all of Europe has gone to sleep at this point and not all of America has gotten home from work. But this is the time slot that I had available, so this is what we're going with. What are we looking at today? Well, in the previous episode, we kind of did a long grind waiting for this natural gas geyser to come online, and also just to get a little bit of breather resources so we can make some sort of expeditionary trips out to other places around the map. And we still want to continue with these expeditions. I'd like to find, in particular, the Gravitas Center. That way I can strip mine it for steel. But we are going to be focused in the near future mainly on getting to this saltwater geyser down here and getting that online. Because getting a supply of water into our base is going to be absolutely huge. With water, we can do a lot of things. The major complication here is that this saltwater geyser is going to be releasing its water at a nice hot temperature of 95 degrees Celsius. And so we're going to run into some problems where none of the components that we can build, because we only have access to copper and aluminum, none of the components that we can build are going to be able to survive at that temperature. The overheat temperature is going to be 75 degrees. So we're going to need to use, excuse me, let me get some schmutz off of my mouse here. None of the components that we can use are going to be able to survive at that temperature. So have a little bit of a trick there. If we find the Gravitas Center, then that's going to help a lot. We'll be able to make pumps, for example, out of steel and use those, right, along with desalinators that should be made out of steel and so on and so forth. And basically just create a whole slew of components that will be able to survive at those temperatures. And then we can do all sorts of things with the water. Just having a pump and being able to pump the water that we get from our desalinator up into a room like this where we can cool it down with ice makers is going to be a pretty big deal. I think if we do not find the Gravitas Center, a lot of our plan is going to be that we're going to set up sort of a local industry down here with a lot of cooling. We're going to try and run things that way. We have a number of options. So that's number one on the docket. We would really like to go ahead and get some water for our base. Not having water for our base has been pretty bad so far. So other than that, one of the next things we want to work on is getting Slickster ranches going. Slickster ranches will take all the CO2 that we have previously been deleting and actually do something productive with it. So I'd like to set something up like a Slickster ranch down here to gather up the CO2 that can fall through our base and put it towards more productive ends. Something along those lines would be pretty good. So we're going to try and get to this Slickster today and get him into a ranch and start ranching him. Speaking of which, who is the person that I had kind of set up for ranching? Not Joshua. I think it was Catalina. Catalina, are you my girl for the ranching business? I guess Turner also could technically do that. We could have two ranchers. That wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, probably Catalina is the one that we're going to use for that. If I go to priorities, ranching, Catalina has a skill of 3, Ashken skill of 2. Yeah, okay. So Catalina, I think, is the one that we're going to want to do. So let's go ahead and get her the point in ranching. She still has plenty of morale. And I don't think we're going to go for critter ranching 2 just quite yet. I don't think it's really important enough. Other than that, Slickster ranching, getting out to the Gravitas Center and down to this saltwater vent and harnessing it. I also would kind of like to do a little bit of work on cleaning up this area, making it just getting some compact barracks and stuff like that up and going. I would also like to maybe have an enclosed electrolyzer room with some sort of dedicated cooling solution. Again, if we can find steel, if we can find materials like that, then there's a lot of stuff that we can do because the overheat temperatures will be higher and therefore we'll be able to use better cooling solutions than just these ice makers. But for now, we're kind of trapped at that. So if we can get that done, that would be a really cool thing for us. Let me just check on the stream for 1 second and also make sure that my cat isn't going to meow too much during the stream. How you doing, Alexa? Let me set this volume down. Okay. I think we are good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. This will probably be like a kind of shorter stream. I think I have to do something around a few hours from now, but we should make some decent progress here. Okay. Everything starts growing. This is halted due to body temperature. Apparently we get an achievement just for stopping there. Utilities, temp shift plate. Let's try and get some of this sorted out. Another temp shift plate right here, please. Priority 9. We're going to need to expand out our cooling by a pretty good amount. But if we can do that, the rewards will be pretty big. Because having fresh water into the base is just going to be gigantic. I think we're fine on farms. I think we planted enough yesterday to have this all work out. Yeah, we want to get these temperatures down. We can actually just start... we can start putting temp shift plates like over here as well. Building flooded. Really? How much water do you have there? Not a lot. You're really flooded? Over a few grams of water? Really? Huh. Okay. That's awkward. How much water do you have on you? Just a few grams and you count as flooded with just that. Really? Normally it takes like 50 kilograms to flood something. Okay. Well, we can kind of change that around a little bit. Let's go ahead and go base, mesh tile, aluminum ore, and we'll just replace like a tile with mesh. Seems fine to me. We're probably going to get some stress uptick because we're going to have all these soggy feet debuffs. But I think we're in an okay spot as far as stress is concerned. Let's continue on cooling down this area. I want to get to the saltwater geyser as quickly as possible here. Like, now that we have a little bit of oxygen here to have them have a place to breathe, they don't have to run all the way back to these oxyferns. I think it's a really good idea to just start getting as fast as possible down to here. That's going to be a big deal. Again, fresh water supplies are absolutely huge for us. Pipe blocked. What do you have in there? Carbon dioxide? Okay. We'll just do 1 for now. I'm not even running these electrolyzers at the moment. Not very much, at least. Body temperature, body temperature. Yeah, we're going to need to start basically building ice temp shift plates as often as we can. We have this nice filter, which is going to filter out all the clean water, send it back to here. That also means that we're kind of getting like cooling spread out through our system, right? Like all this is nice and cool, and then we're going to have the pipe distributing some coldness, basically. That's not quite the way that you want to discuss things thermodynamically, right? It's not strictly accurate, but yeah, I mean, it is sort of the layman way of explaining it. But yeah, we're going to be spreading cold. Let me just put it that way. We want to continue on building down here. We want all this stuff to be at least priority 6. And are we making any progress up here? We got this ladder up here. Some hot stuff here. That's fine. These temperatures are all reasonable. So I think we can actually just continue on. Get some guys up here. Oh, let's also, I guess, just start working towards this Slickster. Because this area right here is also at an okay temperature. Right, 65 degrees is livable. We will survive with 60 degrees. Food shortage. Yep. We're kind of right on that edge between having enough to sustain ourselves and not having enough to sustain ourselves. I could set up some more farms to kind of create a buffer. It wouldn't be a bad idea, just extend them out over here. These temperatures are fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just so we can kind of maybe stop getting that message as often. Let's cancel these. Whoops. Wrong button. There we go. Okay. Dig out this. Plant some more mealwood. And yeah, getting this all organized into a nice barracks, probably doing something eventually with this hydrogen. Like, we kind of want it right now because it's going to force down all the oxygen from up here and all the other places that we're sort of exploring and get that into our base. And what is the priority on these? Priority 6 on this as well. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so right, all the oxygen pockets that we had up here are going to get kind of forced down and supply our base. We're doing pretty well on oxygen. This is all fairly well oxygenated. We need more lumber. Let's also, I guess, up this to a 6. That way this processes stuff. Yeah, harvesting more wild lumber is going to be pretty big. But once we get this water, we're just going to be so good on everything. Because then we can just run these electrolyzers all the time. Oxygenate our entire base. Be great for everything. Not for you, I am kid. Yeah, I think for everybody else, though, I don't know. I mean, this is just the time that I had available for doing this stuff. There's not much I can do about it. Eventually, maybe we'll get good streaming times. Scalding. Who's scalding? Ashcan up here. Yeah, this does get pretty hot. Let's... Where are you going? You're going down? Sure. Let's try digging out a little bit more and setting up some more of these temp shift plates. We'll say something like utilities, temp shift plate, dirt, and I just want a lot more of these, basically. Just all the way down here. Priority 6 on all this stuff. Just to try and reduce the scalding a little bit, because that's just more downtime for dupes. Just not what we want to have happen. We can also get a little bit started on this area down here. Turn this basically into a Slickster ranch. That is the plan. Although, I guess we don't need to dig out this. We will need to deconstruct this. Right, set up like a door here. But we can use this as like a lip to capture all of the petroleum that we'd have. Something like base, pneumatic door. Aluminum's fine with me. And that should give us something to do with a lot of the CO2 that otherwise we would just delete. Because if we can turn that into a resource, that also solves a lot of our problems regarding regarding water. These are too cold now. No, they're still a little bit too hot. Alright. Utilities, temp shift plate. We're going to be doing this a lot. Another ice temp shift plate, please. Right here is fine. Priority 9. And it sucks to have to do that sort of manually, but we don't really have access to any other cooling technology at this point, so it's unreachable, huh? But you go up here, right? And then you climb down here. This should be reachable. I don't know. Base, ladder. You can get through here, right? You can get all the way through here. These are unreachable as well. This is unreachable. It's counting all this as unreachable. Why is that? Climbs up here. Goes through here. Down here. Up. Oh. Here we go. We need to do this. Some sand fell somewhere, it looks like. Okay. Cool. So we'll get that sorted out. Priority 7 on all this stuff, let's say. Yeah, just having a little bit of oxygen up here helps a whole lot. Because it'll mean that they won't be running back constantly to catch their breath. We're just looking to maintain this level of oxygen that we have right about now. It means I also kind of want more water to be flowing through here. Growth halted irrigation. That's frustrating. Harvest more lumber. Get me more ethanol. Get me more water. Utilities. Temp shift plate. More dirt. We're going to say base, ladder, granite. Like so. Priority 7 on these. More insulated tile. More digging out. More ladder. And more priority 7. Try and get down to the saltwater geyser as soon as possible. We don't have great options for cooling it down, besides just installing a bunch of temp shift plate and then trying to resupply that with ice temp shift plate. Just a little bit unfortunate. We'll say priority 6 on this stuff. We're going to up this to priority 7. Make sure this always stays supplied. Okay. Yeah, so in closing, an electrolyzer room would be nice. We can now access these areas over here. I'm going to say priority 6, I'm grabbing more algae, because a little bit more oxygen wouldn't hurt. Priority 6 on this. And basically what we're going to do... Ooh, there's a larva egg. Because we can just grab this larva egg actually now. Do I have incubators? Oh, I deconstructed my research stations because I was going to build them somewhere else. Good point. Yeah, I also just want to get a research station up. Not really to do research, but just so I can see what the research costs of things are. Go ahead and slap one down right here. Just so we can see what's going on. Yeah, we have some deodorizers because we have this infectious polluted oxygen vent down here. So we have gotten a little bit of clay. Upgrading to ceramic would be nice. Hey, Brian. What do we got? Choose blueprint. We have pipsqueaks, poke shells. Interesting. And then a couple dupes. Do I care about poke shells? They don't really do a whole lot for me. I don't have a huge supply of iron, so it's not like I can use the lime or the malt to make steel very easily. I have access to pipsqueaks. I think we're just taking another dupe. 7 agriculture plus quick learner. Like, unconstructive's not that great for us, but I don't know. This guy has 3 strength, 3 athletics. And 3 machinery. And I think I'm still taking Banny over Harold. I think I like the learning more than the strength and athletics. And the agriculture is actually really good. Yeah, we're taking Banny. And we are going to say schedule. I want Banny. We can put Banny down here. Is this our second Banny? Is this our first? This is our first Banny, right? Banny down here. And are we moving Liam anywhere? This is the small bladder group. Okay, we'll leave Liam where he's at right now. Okay, let's check out our research tree. Yeah, so we can't build a critter trap. We don't have the plastic. Plus, we need to do the research. So we have to do something else. The incubator is also here, though. And that's kind of our easier way of doing things. We don't quite need an incubator, though. I could just set up a storage bin and move it down there. I think that might be the solution. Yeah, let's go with that. Storage bin. Grab the egg. Move it down there. Start up some ranching right here. And so I'm going to need stations, a grooming station, We'll go ahead and make that out of aluminum. And then I am going to want also food, critter drop off, and not really necessary given the way that we're going to do this. Let's just instead go with base, storage bin, igneous rock is fine. Just a temporary storage bin right here. And then this needs to be less than 96 tiles, right? So we can go up to here, basically. 32 by 3. Sure. All right. So let's go ahead and also deconstruct this. And then say base, insulated tile, igneous rock. Just block this off like so. And I think we're going to take mesh tile and put it down here. And then we can just use normal tile or insulated tile, or just leave this the way it is actually and be fine on that front. And then we'll fill in this with insulated tile, and that'll basically be, let's go ahead and deconstruct this and replace this tile right here. Like so. Yeah, and then we're going to want basically a little sort of basin area where we can pump out the oil to somewhere useful. And yeah, I think we're going to set up something like this. So we're just going to dig out here for now to have the oil settle there, and then we can always expand this out if we need to. I'll leave this at priority 5 for now. And that will be our little Slickster ranch. We're just going to grab the egg from here. They did drop an egg, right? Yes. There's a little larva egg. So let's priority 7 this. We're just going to dig out here, grab this egg, snatch it, and bring it back to base. Perfect. These are offline due to irrigation because we increased our flow to our electrolyzers. Fine. Crank this back down. Yeah, I want to get more irrigation to these because I want to get the lumber, because I want to get the lumber so I can have the power, so I can get the polluted dirt, and continue on in that chain. Overpressure. Yeah, we need to enable this again. Get natural gas flowing. And continue digging out here. Ladder. More ladder, please. Also, at the same time, more temp shift plate. And priority 7 all this. Ever so slowly get closer to that saltwater geyser. Get an achievement for breaking into an oil biome. Pretty nice. And we're just going to grab this egg that's left over here. How close is this egg? Incubation 28%, so we have a pretty good amount of time. We also get some refined metal, so we can set up some automation or something like that if we like. I don't know how I feel about this Slickster just getting out, but I think we're fine for now. Let's go ahead and up the priority on this to like priority 8. We'll say priority 6 on everything else. At least in particular these parts right here. This stuff we can kind of work a little bit later. Yeah. He'll get some oil on the ground here or something. That's fine with me. I guess we could also just go ahead and set up like a door just to keep him in here. Potentially keep him in here. Maybe not. I don't think I really care. If he gets a little bit of oil on the ground up here, that's fine with me. He's not going to have much CO2 to consume. Okay, and very importantly, we want to say critter egg. Larva egg. Priority 9. Grab that bad boy, send him over this way. And voila, captured our first Slickster. That's going to be the plan. Okay, are we making any progress over here? Not really. We dug this area out, but we haven't really built a lot of this stuff here. This is all still kind of around that scalding temperature. So not great. Yeah, our germ situation, we've just kind of let go for a while here now. I want to get as much natural gas out of this natural gas geyser as possible, so I want to get this all pumped into storage. That way it can continue to operate. We're going to need to filter again some natural gas out of our base because we don't have enough storage to hold all this. But that's fine. While we're at it, I guess, let's go ahead and like dig out some. Just to provide a little bit more area for this to work with. Let's cancel this though. Dig something like this. Priority 6. Just give, you know, a little bit more storage area in this room itself. That way we don't have to rely on this gas reservoir, which is going to fill up. Okay, and we're making more progress. Slowly but surely, we're getting down to the resources we need. More of this. Base, ladder. More ladder. Dig out all this. Utilities. Temp shift plate. Dirt. More of this. More priority 7 stuff. Wow, everybody's coming down with food poisoning. It's not the worst thing in the world. We can live with it. It's not great, but we fended off food poisoning for a while. Yeah, let's get this and this done in particular. Okay. I think it's 3 oxyferns for 1 dupe. Next big goal is to get out to the saltwater geyser and then start processing that salt water into clean water, and then we can run our electrolyzers full time and have everything we need to keep that going. That's the big plan right now. Another ice temp shift plate. We're going to slap this one down like right here. We're also going to need to work a lot on cooling in order to make that work. Is kind of the trick of it. So we're going to need a lot of work on that. We want to keep our lumber supplies flowing to keep these all moving. That's also a pretty big deal for us. But yeah, we want to keep our oxygen levels higher than this. And we can disable this building. Alright, we're basically full up at this point. Yeah, we just need to keep the oxygen supplies running. Let's go ahead and disable this building. Doesn't really do anything right now. Right, we can rely on just natural oxygen diffusion from this area. We just have vacuum over there. When does this turn back on again? 12.8 cycles. Alright, so that'll supply another like 3 duplicants worth of oxygen. Or is it 3 or is it 1? It might have only been 1, now that I think about it. What is this? I mean, 3 while it's running. But yeah, I guess roughly half that when it's during its active period, another half because it's only active half the time. So maybe, you know, less than 1 duplicant on the net on average. Still better than nothing. Alright, so we grab the egg. We've tossed the egg down here. We finished this. I'm gonna go ahead. How do you have food poisoning on you? Did one of you guys not wash your hands? Is that what happened? Or is it just we've been handling the polluted dirt too much? One or the other. In any case, drop the egg on the ground, please. Let it hatch into a glorious new Slickster. Then we can set up like a pump here and work with that. And we can expand this area out if we need more storage. But getting oil out of CO2 is going to be huge. It's just going to take a while to ramp up. But that actually puts us, like, even if we didn't have the saltwater geyser, that puts us water positive, finding that Slickster. This guy, unfortunately, is too old to lay another egg. I think even if we tamed him right now, we probably wouldn't make it in time for him to get another egg. Although I kind of want to just start digging up here again. What if we just start digging up here? Or maybe I should be using sandstone in this area. Sandstone ladder, why not? See if we can find anything. How are we doing over here? Drop your ice, please. Utilities, temp shift plate, more. Oh, we can't. Yeah, we need to expand our cooling. We don't really have the water at this point to do that, though. Mop up this, priority 7. Any little scraps of water we can get. Mop up this, priority 7. We have some water over here. 220 kilograms right here. We can grab that. Yeah, dig out through here, and then we can mop up that water. They're going to change ethanol gas thermal conductivity from 1 to 0.1 in the next patch. Interesting. So that makes it a lot less useful as a sort of coolant gas. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess we just go back to using hydrogen as our kind of default gas for that stuff. And actually, maybe I don't want to be building more walls here. I think maybe this is where I want to start digging out and sort of preparing an area for a desalinator. Something like right across right here would work, I think. Something along these lines. I'm kind of at risk of getting a guy caught if I dig a bit too aggressively here. Like Joshua might get stuck down here. But we can prepare a little bit of an area here where we're going to set up our desalinators, maybe some cooling stuff. We're also interested in running some heavy watt wire down here, basically. I guess I can't run it through this door, can I? I don't really need this door anymore. We can deconstruct this door. We're going to say power, heavy watt wire. I also want to start running this across here. Hook that up to our power system. Good to have these oxyferns continuing to run. Not bad, not bad. I think we're out of the sort of the grindy period that we were at. And now we're, once we get to this water resource, we're going to be in a lot better shape. We've also found a Slickster, and so when that baby hatches, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Let's increase the priority on this. And let's also increase the priority on these. Because then we can start ranching Slicksters, which is going to be a pretty big deal. That's going to get us a lot of what we need in terms of our water resources. Because we can run petroleum in through here as well as ethanol. We will need to set up a lot more stuff to get that going, but even just clearing out the CO2 is kind of a nice thing right now, because I think air pressure-wise, we're kind of at the point where we can just start filling things up with oxygen. Let's go ahead and disable this building as well. These are all shut off due to irrigation, even though I do have this throttled to 250 grams. That is unfortunate. Yeah, we're still not getting anything through here because we don't have the lumber, the wild lumber to run in our system, unfortunately. We just need water. We need water so badly. It's been sort of the truth of this entire run, I suppose, but just a little bit more water can get us there. Wow, you did it again. Genius. Okay, deconstruct that, please. They like building from this side. I really should just stop giving them these sort of orders. Seems like a death trap. Yeah, run off to that oxyfern, would you? And insulated tile, igneous rock. Priority 7, please, and I'll keep a closer eye on that. Outside of stable, because this is not enclosed as a room yet. Yeah, 113 tiles. We do want to ranch them, because we want to grow our Slickster population. Just one Slickster is not going to do anything, really. But multiple Slicksters would do a lot. Also, this natural gas kind of shutting off our farms is not what we're looking to do. We'll need to pump the natural gas back out of our base again. Body temperature and irrigation. Yeah. Utilities. Temp shift plate. More, please. Let's stick one over here in the belly of the beast. Let me cancel digging out this for now. We'll set up some insulated tile up here first. You're scalding down here? Yeah. Alright, get out of there. Get out of there, Joshua. I know you love digging, but we need to set up this temp shift plate first, so we can get these temperatures down to something reasonable. At least above 75 degrees. Yeah. A lot of this hot debris we're just going to kind of chuck under here. Another oil biome, sure. Eventually these oil biomes will also be a source of water. Because once we get a sour gas boiler going, then we can do a lot of work there. Joshua, you ran back down here? I did not expect that. Get back up here. In fact, I guess you've taken enough damage that we want to send you to the med bay. Welcome aboard, Joshua. Oh, and priorities. Who is my farmer person that I just got? Banny. Yeah, you have a really high priority on farming now. Anybody who's good at farming should be doing it basically full-time, since we have a lot of plants to grab here. And I guess we should also just go ahead and say copy settings. Boom. Get the more mealwood planted. Yeah, I want to turn this pump on at some point. We kind of need to store some natural gas in our base right now because we just don't have enough storage right here. What are we getting to temperature-wise? Yeah, once we get the temp shift plates built, they usually cool down the air pretty quickly. Because there's just so much more mass in the temp shift plate than there is in the air. But it's still, we have to have the temp shift plate basically right there because the thermal conductivity of the air is just so bad that we can't really do anything otherwise. Do I want to do anything with this refined metal? Irrigation and body temperature. Utilities, temp shift plate. Not enough ice. These are all just kind of waiting. Sure. We're keeping the important part of our base cool, which is the farms, but getting this part cool as well is going to be something we want to do. Because having these trees offline is pretty painful. Like, not having the lumber is not where we want to be. And let's also say temp shift plate dirt across here. I guess cancel this one for now. Priority 6 on all this. Alright, did anyone go and make any progress over here? The answer looks to be no. This is all still where it was at. And we haven't been making any progress over here. So it's really just been this little bit over here that we've been doing. How much longer till my natural gas geyser goes offline? 36 cycles. Alright, that's a good amount of time. There's plenty of time to run these natural gas generators and get more water. Yeah, we're really just getting pretty much nothing right now. We need wild lumber as much as possible. Any branches? You are priority 7. Grabbing branches. Any farmers, you should be grabbing branches before anything else. Scalding. Yeah. Alright. Let's get you back out of here. See, this temperature is going to fall fairly fast. Like, this temp shift plate is relatively cool. I guess we do want to dig out just a little bit more here, basically. To get all that hot debris out of the way. Because that's going to heat up just this area right here. In fact, I guess digging down is pretty important for us. I guess it's also kind of unfortunate that we dug out this part. No, we'll be fine. Yeah, okay. You can't build it from up here, really? Make this a 7. And then make this a 7. And how are we coming along on all these extra farms? I guess let's just go all the way. Food, farm tile. A couple more, please. And increase the priority. Get my extra farms up. Because with these kind of knocked out of commission, we'll need a little bit extra. Have the pips grabbed any acorn seeds anywhere for us? No. We need them to generate fresh acorn seeds as well. Yeah, get this debris down a little bit. New printables available. What do we got? Curative tablets, pipsqueaks, both seem pretty irrelevant. So, yeah, I don't think I want noodle arms. That sounds pretty bad, even though it kind of gets counteracted by the tidying power. I guess we're going with nails. This is all pretty bad. Yeah, alright, we're taking nails. Welcome to the team, nails. If I'd been offered like water or something there, I think I would have taken it. Okay, so this now is a stable, right? 90 tiles, we're going to get an extra 3. Is that right? Did I not do this correctly? Oh, I have the thing 1 smaller than it should be. Okay, well, that's fine with me. We can also just kind of dig out a little bit of area if we want to. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I accidentally built this wall one tile closer than it should be. Yeah, we still need more temp shift plate. We're going to need to cool down 95-degree water, which is going to be a lot more difficult than cooling down. Yeah, I really want those steel components. We need to find the Gravitas center. Otherwise, this cooling job is just going to be so difficult. But I think I have enough room if I have desalinator here. I can have some cooling right here. I can have the pump down here. We need more water to even do that, though. Just to have the water in this sort of system so we can turn it into ice. Oh. And I'm already kind of pushed against the limit over here. Body temperature is the issue for a lot of these. We need more ice makers, is what it comes down to. More ice makers, more cooling, more everything. More water, more mealwood. More everything. I could set up like another natural gas generator. Generate more water. To do that, I guess I want to... I have this system shut off. I want to kind of rearrange... Yeah, I think I want to rearrange what we have down here first. Then I can sit another natural gas generator over here. Let's go and work on that. And that'll get me some more water, which will run my electrolyzers more, which will get me more oxygen, which I desperately need. Okay. So new priority. We're going to go to our ventilation overlay. We are going to kind of redirect this mechanical filter. So we're going to say ventilation, gas pipe, igneous rock is fine. And we're going to go like this. And then we're going to deconstruct all of this. And we're going to priority 8 pretty much all these tasks. And then we'll boot this thing back on. It should have natural gas around it, so priming the system will be really easy. And then that'll give us room to fit down a natural gas generator. That is the plan. That'll give us some more water, which should get this stuff going online, which should allow us to run this system a little bit more, which will get us more power, which will get us the ability to set up more ice machines. It's all coming together. I mean, we're right there, you know? Just a little bit more of everything, please. Oh boy. Alright. So we want more temp shift plate. Still sticking with dirt, because that's what we have tons of. Priority 7 on this temp shift plate. Yeah, why wasn't Jean just building from there? Just sit on the ladder where it's nice and relatively cool. Okay. So now we are going to re-enable this. Because we definitely don't want this to get overpressurized. We want as much of this natural gas as we can get our hands on. So I want to turn this back on. It should just fill with natural gas and we'll prime our system really easily. And then we are going to say power, natural gas generator. I think we're just going to slap one down right here. I mean, right here works as well. I don't really care which. Let's just say right here then, I guess. So natural gas generator right there. And then we are going to... Oh, maybe I do care a little bit. How do I want to do this? Because I have my excess coming out through here. Yeah, okay. Cancel that. Whoops. Cancel build. We will say natural gas generator right here. And then ventilation, we can go ahead and say gas bridge off of this. I could put it just directly into there. No, I think we're just going to do this. Radiant gas pipe, igneous rock, connect up through here. And then we can gas bridge. I mean, this is looking really pretty. Gas bridge. Why not? Gas bridge. Gas bridge. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Connect this up along here. Yeah, get all this done, and then we should be good to go. Priority 8 all this, please. Second natural gas generator running should get us more polluted water, which will get us more oxygen, which will get us more polluted water to go into these arbor trees. It'll get us more power as well, so we'll be able to run more ice makers. That's the plan. Yeah, a lot of stress debuffs that they're going to get going through all this soggy feet stuff. Scalding. No. Joshua. You love digging, don't you? You love digging, buddy. But we need the builders to come in first. You know? What if we gave you something else to dig? Is there anything else for you to dig? Not really. We're still just kind of waiting all on builders. Is there some pocket of oxygen we can just have you dig to? Some untapped pocket. Well, actually, good idea. Well, temperatures here are still a little bit hot. We can have you dig out where? Where is good for you to dig, Joshua? Where are the temperatures good enough? We can get you out to here. Right, we could just run something over here. I just need him to kind of get distracted for a little bit. I want to change his priorities because then I'd have to change them back. And there's a little bit of water over here. That's promising. I mean, maybe this is deeper and there's more water. Getting a little bit more water would be nice. This is a gold volcano. This is a volcano. This is the saltwater geyser. This is a volcano. There might also be other stuff here. Yeah. Let's just have him explore a little bit. So, Joshua, let's just take you, and we are going to run you out probably straight over here. How do you like that idea? Just dig through all that sand? Does that make any sense? What do you think about digging through tons of sand, Joshua, to get over to here? Tons of sand. Think about it. Your favorite. I mean, we could also have you start working back on this. I don't think you have the... Like, he runs out of breath before he gets up here. He gets to dig out one tile, and then he has to run back. So that's not really ideal. Is there anywhere else where the temperatures are kind of okay-ish? Yeah, no. Getting up to here is nice, but not yet. Yeah, let's just try and get out a little bit further over here, I think. And we're just going to have him run straight out through here. Won't be super efficient, but he's a super fast digger, so this should be fine. Let's also just go ahead and we'll want to build a ladder. Like a granite ladder just going straight up across here, so that we can actually continue to reach here. And this can all be priority 6. How does that sound? Dig out all that sand, Josh. Go and do that. Instead of scalding yourself. Leave the builders some time to build. Okay. Temp shift plate, dirt. More temp shift plate, please. Like so. Geyser, 10 o'clock of the salt geyser is a volcano. Not super useful to us. It's more scalding. Liam, what are you doing? Again, one of these builders who decides to get off the ladder to build things. Liam, my man. Why do you have to get off the ladder to do that? Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to set these to priority 6. Build these first. How does that sound? Yeah, these temperatures down here. A lot of this debris on the ground is pretty bad for us because it's improving the heat communication a lot more, right? Which means there's something other than the temp shift plate fighting to cool down or change the heat of the area, I should say. Okay, and utilities, temp shift plate. Where's our ice? More ice, please. Slap it down. Where's good? Right here? Sure. Another one right here, please. There we go. Get this natural gas generator built. Get us the power. Once we have the power, we get the women. We get the money. I don't remember what the order was from that movie, but you know what I'm talking about. Everything falls into place. But actually, we need water more than power, so scratch that. First, you get the water, then you get the money, then you get the women. I don't even remember what movie that's from. We could also just be burning up this hydrogen. I kind of don't want to burn up the hydrogen, though. It's still basically providing a way to force oxygen down. And keeping this area oxygenated is pretty nice for us. Let's go ahead and turn this building back on. Hoi. Kind of more of our farms going offline because of the natural gas. But I don't even have enough natural gas storage as is. You're not hooked up power-wise. Shocking. Yeah, we didn't run it right through there, did we? Okay. Connect up like that. Oh, and priority 8 on that. Get that hooked up. Get more water generating. Oh, we're so close. And yet so far, because we have not found the Gravitas Center yet, so we don't have steel, so we don't still have like a really workable plan for how we're going to deal with the heat. We just don't have components that survive at that temperature unless we find... I mean, we can always, I guess, dig through and grab some iron over here, right? What is this? There's some iron ore over here. We can refine that. Turn that into steel. We do have the ability, I think... Have we researched metal refineries for steel? We have, right? I'm not crazy. We have not. We have not researched smelting. Okay, so we would need to spend a lot more water on that. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Still want Joshua to dig out here. See what he can see. Crack into this oxygen. We can actually have him kind of dig down a little bit as well. Just so we can eventually get over to here. I guess this is too hot, isn't it? It's only like up here where it's okay. Ooh, a little bit more algae actually is not bad. That can help with our oxygen situation. How's our Slickster coming along? Incubation 44%. So only 5% per cycle. Okay, so 9 more cycles. Scalding. Yeah, you're doing the same thing everyone else does. You're hopping off the ladder to build your thing. You don't need to do that. Look at this guy. He's got it all figured out. Ellie. Get back over here. These are at max gas pressure. That's fine. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad. More scalding. Ellie went back for round 2. I see how it is. Now you have light wounds. Oh, Ellie, hop in there. Man, alright. Let's also, I think, since we have the morale, let's do a little bit more skilling up. See what's good. We could go improve carrying 2 for Lindsay. Improved carrying is always nice. Extra 800 kilograms carrying capacity, pretty big. Yeah, I think we just actually want to get like everybody to improve carrying 2. Joshua has already got super duper hard digging, so we're kind of fine spending more. Oh, I guess that puts him morale wise at a shaky point. And you, we probably just don't have like a bed for you or anything, do we? But you can go ahead and get, well, you're going to be our rancher. I don't know if you actually need improved carrying at all. Ada, you're a farmer. Farmers don't really need it either. We definitely want improved carrying 1 on everybody. Maybe I should have gone improved farming on her. Improved strength tidying? Yeah, sure. Let's get the free one first. Do the same thing here. Oh, actually, you have another one. Let's get improved building as well. Improved carrying 2 sounds like a plan. Lyra, improved carrying 2. Are you going to be our engineer, May? Maybe. Get you up to mechatronics engineering. You're going to need improved carrying regardless if that happens, so let's just give you that. Yeah, learning's always good. What do we want to do with you? Another super hard digging dupe would not be bad. Let's get that going. Ren! I guess by the same token, another super hard digging dupe would not be bad. Bert, you're a farmer. We want crop tending 2. Sure. You know what? Let's go with field research first. Extra learning means they'll gain traits faster. Not traits, attributes faster. Actually, you look like you're going to be our mechatronics engineer. You've got everything we need for it, even though you have this other good farming stuff going on. Let's get you improved carrying too, and I mean, I guess we could get you electrical engineering. We'll wait on that because I have nothing that I need to electrically engineer. We could get improved carrying too. I don't know. Yeah, definitely for you. Let's get you improved construction. Maybe we could bump you up to improved construction 3, I suppose. Which does that really do for us? We definitely want improved carrying 2 on you if you're going to be doing construction work as well. Yeah, more improved carrying. Do I need a plumber at all? Maybe? Yeah, we'll have one on hand. More improved carrying. Field research sounds good. Ada, what do you have? You're a farmer. Maybe? I'll hold off on that. More improved carrying. Let's get you building and leave it at that for now. We probably want to start working a little bit on getting our morale up. That way I can do just a few more skill points kind of safely. Like actually enclosing things as barracks and maybe setting up some sort of, you know, great hall. Ash can. Man, they really just like hopping down here. This is not a good color for us here. Not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah, I shouldn't have dug out this tile is also a big part of it. This temp shift plate is already up to 45 degrees. This one's at 58. Let's get you back up. Can they even do it from that area? Don't stop to complain about the heat. Yeah. Hoi. Okay. Move back up here and let's try something a little bit different. Let's set up some temp shift plates. Some more temp shift plates like right here and right here. And we're going to say priority 5 on this and priority 7 on these. But I guess also getting the wire in here would help a little bit with cooling because it has thermal mass as well. This is currently occupied by Ellie. Okay, so second natural gas generator going. That'll generate some more polluted water for us, which means more oxygen, which means more irrigation to these arbor trees, which all need to have their body temperature reduced. Yet again, temp shift plate. Yeah, let's go ahead and also just set up some dirt. All across here. Just to try and help cool down this area a little bit more. And I need more ice machines. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this. I think we're going to be okay on power now that we have 2 of these going. This needs to be disabled yet again. So we're just pumping natural gas into this area, which is not what we want to do. Yeah, no point in that. I mean, I guess we kind of want it to run because we want to keep this pressure low, but let's just turn it off for now. I'll need to run these things again just to... Yeah, food shortage. Growth halted, awaiting fertilization. Do we need more farms? Because these are offline right now. So how many farms do I have right now? 27 times 4. Okay, so what, 108? Plus 6, 114. What is this again? 78. Yeah, we need more farms, don't we? Not many, but we need just a few more. Need more mealwood, huh? Where else have we kept green? Got green temperatures over here. It's a little awkward doing stuff over here. I mean, we could start doing stuff over here, I guess. More farming area, huh? Yeah, let's go ahead and say food, farm tile, dirt. Run these farms across here, like so. And do something like, whoa. Priority 7 on all this. Get more farms up and going. Don't want to have a food problem. Having these farms go offline because of the natural gas getting into the base is annoying. I think we care about having the natural gas more than we care about having the food, but that'll change once this food number goes down far enough. We have a lot of stuff ready to harvest pretty soon, right? These are all going to be around in like half a cycle. But we definitely want more of a food buffer than what we have right now. We could also dig out and grab this excellent. Wouldn't hurt. A little bit more food, please. How'd Joshua do on his task over here? It's not quite done. Because he's got to dig through a lot of sand, huh? Sure. Base, ladder, granite, continue going down. Priority 7 on these. And dig out this. More food, please. More food. We just don't really have a lot of free water to use right now, right? Like, we have this water right here. Some ice melted, so apparently we can grab that. Sorry, mop. Priority 7. It's not a lot of free water for us to use in our system. We kind of need to... We can grab water from like up here. There's a little bit more water up here. There's like 3 tons right here. If we grabbed that, and maybe there's a little bit of water over here, we could have the water left over to set up some ice temp shift plates. We also just need to continue setting up more ice makers. So let's go ahead and actually build our ice maker right here. Get that going. More ice makers. I mean, I'm also tempted to just put a line of ice makers like right down here. If we're already accepting that people are running through Soggy Feet a bunch, right, then this makes just as much sense. Heavy watt wire. Get more cooling going. Not quite enough. Let's have it drop the ice so the ice can start cooling down the surrounding area. Suffocating. Oh, Joshua. You goof. What are you doing? Dig your way out of that. There you go. You're going to stay down there, continue digging? You were complaining about suffocating. Yeah, go get some oxygen. You're going to complain about suffocating, and then when I go and I save you, you're like, ah, nah, I'm fine. Why even complain? Just die. Die in a corner somewhere. See how much I care. I actually don't do that. You're pretty important to the base. You're the only guy right now who can dig through obsidian, so... we need you to uncap this geyser for us. Not you, Josh. Other people, though, if they died, I wouldn't be too heartbroken. We're at 25 dupes. My goal was to reach this by cycle 100. We really haven't like found anything good to kind of skip a dupe for. So we haven't, but if we find anything good, we're gonna do it here. And I guess while we're at it, let's slap an airflow tile down here. Why didn't that work? Base. Airflow tile. Aluminum ore is fine. Boom. Priority 8. Let's kind of get more CO2 in this area here. I guess also because we're... Maybe I want to turn off some of these carbon skimmers. Just a couple. We're already going to have some issues with like max gas pressure. Let's shut off a... Well, no. Let's not shut off these right now. I just want this CO2 to displace this natural gas, I think is the plan. Alright, so this is emitting natural gas. We still have a pretty good amount of room here to accept natural gas. Let's up the priority on these. Get more ice. Speaking of ice, I need to get these temperatures down. Temp shift plate. Not quite there. Okay. They're just barely above where we need them to be. And this is just like, we're basically leaking water out of our system. This is really bad for us. Okay. More food. Very important. Getting close to the saltwater geyser, also very important. There's so many things we want to do. You have not been fertilized yet. Why is that? You only require dirt. We have plenty of dirt. Also, Joshua, are you making any progress over here? What's Joshua doing? I want to see what's out there. You're just kind of sitting here. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, no rush. No rush. No worries around here. We're doing fine. I should also make beds for all the duplicants. That also has space issues. Yeah, we really just need to get more water. So we can run these electrolyzers more. How close are we to harvesting anything? I mean, a lot of these branches are like fairly close. 99%, 99%. There's lumber down here. Okay, well, look. This needs to be all prioritized. I definitely want all of these running whenever they can. So if you can supply these, then you should be supplying these. Let's make that a rule. If you can supply these with lumber, definitely supply them with lumber. More ethanol, more power, more water, more everything. Okay, so this CO2 and natural gas should start kind of... Right, this should help with the airflow down here. Get more CO2 over to these carbon skimmers. And are we ready to build a nice temp shift plate? We are. Okay. Get the temperatures down for these over here. Get more cooling. More cooling equals more lumber. More lumber equals more water. More water equals more oxygen. Yada, yada. You know the deal. And more mealwood. More everything. We need more everything. Just do more of it faster. It's very important. Yeah, so we can grab a little bit of extra water from here with the extra cooling that we get from these extra ice makers. That should help. Did I not connect up the power all the way? It just has not been connected all the way. Okay. The priority's 7 though already, so I feel like we're good enough on there. Body temperature over here as well. Yeah. Are you trapped somewhere? No, you're just catching your breath. Okay. Sure thing. Not a lot of oxygen going to the base. I understand. Yeah, we need to up this. We just need more oxygen, like right now. Yeah, just send everything to oxygen at this point. Otherwise, it'll slow things down. Dupes won't be able to do stuff. We also are around that point where we need to start considering expanding our lavatories. And again, we just need more space, more everything. Thank you, Nathan. More of these, please. More ice machines going. More ice machines, more ice, more cooling, more lumber, more water, more oxygen. Etc., etc., etc. Also, while we're thinking about it, how close am I? 351. I already want to build another one. You're fine, right? You're operating fine. Yeah, let's turn this back on. Okay, so once we get these planted, I think we're good, right? Let's count it again. 19 plus 28, so we're up to 47, plus 5, 52. This was 78, right? So we're up to 130. And then we have 27 times 5 plus 6. 14, so another 20. Okay. Yeah, I think we're there. I mean, we have some of these offline, so I think we're there. Oh, no. Ice melted while you're carrying it? Sure. You know what, though? You can mop up this water. Maybe you can get down there. Like, this is where the oxygen issue becomes something of a problem. This one we definitely want to mop up because that's going to give a lot of stretch debuffs. Okay, so Joshua checked out over here and did not really seem to find much. This is the edge of the map. Maybe there's some more water here. What do I have available as building materials? Do I have any sandstone over here? Or should I just be grabbing igneous rock? There's some sandstone, okay. Let's just kind of scaffold our way across here and see what we can see. Let's also go ahead and up the priority on this, and then we'll give Joshua an order to dig out over here. And then we can go ahead and say plumbing, pitcher pump, sandstone's fine. Something like this. This can also be a 7. We can grab this water from here, potentially. I don't know if we have anything to do with that lead still. I don't know what I would want to use. I don't know what I would want to use the refined metal for at this point. Alright, so we're getting more oxygen. Scalding, Joshua. You already have... Oh, it's right. We're done with the things we distracted you with. And now you're back to this. What else do we need to distract Joshua with? What other task do we have for him? Just digging out. This is still all too hot. I mean, this area is okay-ish. We could just start, like, digging out through here. Or through here. Dig down, dig through here. And we kind of stay under the scalding point. And we can check out what's in this area. Yeah, Josh, how about we have you... Where does the temperature start getting really hot? This is 70, 60. This is not bad. This start getting... Gets hot over here. I also don't like having... Like, this is really dangerously close to our farms. Okay, for now, Josh, we are just going to have you dig down like so, dig out this, and then just dig your way across here. See what you can find. This is all priority 6 stuff for you now. Go to it, Josh. Also, I do have auto harvest on all these, right? These are all auto harvestable. There's nothing I'm not harvesting for some random reason. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, go out there, Josh. Grab some more information for us. But for now, just head out of there. Okay. Man. Going through all this hot stuff, just... It takes so much time. When this is our best cooling solution. If we get a little bit more water, then I think I'm fine spending some water on some ice temp shift plates down there. Because those will have a lot more thermal mass than the dirt, and they'll be coming in at a lower temperature, like 50 degrees lower. Which is a pretty big deal as well. Yeah, get these planted, please. Is there anyone else who's at all good at farming that I can kind of make a farmer? All these guys are already basically saying I have really high priority on farming. I want to keep my food up. Like, I want them harvesting this stuff soon. We need to send at least a couple more people to be farmers. Okay, which of you guys are the most useless? Which of you don't do really anything? Like, I don't know if I want to take strong people and have them become farmers. It's not super relevant. Operating? Sure. I guess you and you aren't really that important. I don't really have any operating plans for you. Maybe we just do this. Well, no, that's fine too. Right, who do I not have any plans for in terms of skills? Who do I not have any plans for? I just need a couple more dedicated farmers as well. Turner, what are you? Whatever. You're farming now, Turner. Whatever you were. And... Travolta's a builder. Hassan, we're gonna... Yeah, I don't know if I should have done that. He's also going to be our mechatronics engineer. But we're not going to be doing mechatronics for a while. Who else? Who else? What does Lyra do? Improved carrying. Okay. So May was my other candidate. This is pretty I mean, I don't know, pretty useless. Priorities. Okay, so Turner, you're going harder into farming now. And we will also go ahead and take May, and she can go harder into farming. We need more farmers. Need to grab that food. Right now it's just sitting on the vine. Delicious and wriggling, sitting on the vine. Yeah, we kind of don't have enough natural gas storage, so we end up... Jean. This area's gotten too hot for you again. So you're leaving to down here. Let's set these back to like priority 5 so that you'll do these first. Light wounds. Yeah, let's also take anybody who's hurt. And you know what? Joshua can be one of the first ones. We're trying to find stuff for Joshua to do. New printables available. What do we got? Fertilizer, which is pretty useless for us, and 3 more duplicates. Tryptophobia, narcoleptic, I think I'll pass on Abe. Harold has some pretty good digging skills. Alright, I guess we're taking Harold. Cooking, supplying, decorating. 2 of those are pretty useless to me. So I guess we're taking Harold and training him to be a digger. Though we kind of are set on diggers. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut the stream here, guys, and I will catch you guys next time. Sorry, kind of got lost track of time, but yeah, decent progress. I mean, we only advanced through 8 cycles, but yeah, slowly making our way to the saltwater geyser over here. We have our natural gas flowing again, and we added a second natural gas generator, so that should improve our water situation, which will improve our oxygen situation. We're going to grab a little bit more water here so we have some free water to work with for our ice machines. Speaking of which, we set up 5 more of these down here. And, yeah, that's it. All right, cutting the stream here, guys. I'll see you later, and thanks for stopping by.